Hello guys, it's the Vacant Vapour. Quick review today of this, the Freemax Starre tank. Brilliant bit of kit, fantastic, can't fault this. Actually that's a lie, have got a few issues, but nothing I'll complain or write home about. Basically, as I understand it, the Magnus tank, which a lot of people raved about and said was fantastic, was a distributor company. Freemax have always made this tank. Then it was branded as the Magnus, and Magnus sold the tank on. There was a disagreement between Magnus and Freemax. Freemax no longer make the tank for Magnus, and they market it themselves as the Freemax Starre. So they're identical tanks, barring the fact that this has a small cutout to make it easier to fill your juice with. The thing is fantastic, guys. The coils that come with this, the stock coils, are DVC, dual vertical coils. The airflow on this is fucking huge. Look at that. And it clicks, which is just, doesn't really improve the tank, but it's a nice feature. And listen to this, look. See, look. Vapour production of this thing is obscene, and this is only the 0.5 stock coil. It's a 0.5 coil, guys, and it's a dual wrap, parallel wrap. It's like a paperclip. The thing's huge. The other stock coil they do is a 0.25, and the clouds that come off of that are phenomenal. I think this is rated, the 0.5 is rated between 20 and 60 watt. And the 0.25 is rated between 20 and 120 watt. And I've had a 0.25 on a friend's Snowwolf at 100 watt, and not even a hint of a dry hit. Plus, I've had this coil in here for 3 weeks. I have put 4 different juices in this tank. The cotton in this coil is still white, which I'll show you in a second. And there's no gunk on the coil. I've not had a hint of a burnt taste, touch wood. I've not had a hint of a dry hit. And I mean, I chain vape, guys, you know that. I can do, this is a 5ml tank, and I can do empties twice in a day. Do you know what I mean? I must have filled this tank 40, nearly 50 odd times. Well, I know I've done like nearly 80ml, 5ml a time, just in one flavour of juice through this tank in recent weeks, because I've got some awesome juice. This in it at the moment is the jungle juice from Vape Mail. Guys, this shit is awesome. Vic does a review of this, Vaping with Vic, and it is fantastic. I cannot fault this stuff. It's really good. But it's not about that, it's about this tank. Now, the drip tip on this is a 510. It is a little bit loose. When it first arrives, it's quite tight, but it's a little bit loose now. Not to the point where it falls out. I mean, I flick the thing around, it's never come out on me, and the bore on it is huge. I mean, it's massive. I can see you all. it's huge. And also, look at the bore, if you can see it, I hope, actually down into the tank, up to the coil. It's humongous, and the airflow, like I say, is just fantastic. And yeah, I mean, Grim Green says that this is a competition ready tank, and I don't think he's far wrong, to be honest. The only downside I've got to it is the threads. The machining on the threads isn't fantastic. Now, when you get the threads to bite, screws in a dream, really silky smooth. But getting that threads to bite is a little bit difficult sometimes. I'll try and show you. This bit here, listen. See? Now, 3 weeks I've had this coil in. Look at the cotton in that. I hope you can see it. I really do, because it's white as a sheet. It's fantastic. And these little indents here, where it's not perfectly circular, that's the difference between the Starre and the Magnus. That's it. The Starre's got those indents for juice filling. Yeah, 5mm tank, fantastic coils, fantastic airflow. But yeah, look, when I try and do this up, you might be able to see, look, it's just not really an issue as such. Look, there, it's buttery smooth, but just getting that this jungle juice is watermelon, and I'm sure Vic said it was colibri, I think he said, which is similar to a menthol. So this is gross, but I'm doing it anyway, I don't care. Yeah, similar to a menthol in respect to the fact it's cold, but it's not a menthol. It doesn't rip your throat apart. I hate menthol juices. This stuff's awesome. But yeah, guys, this tank is fucking awesome. I've not got a bad word to say about it other than that threading issue. And loads of other coils fitting it. That's another thing. I ran out of coils. I could not find. I bought this tank a while ago. I've had it for about a month, and I've really run the living shit out of it. When I first got it, I had trouble finding the coils for it. Now they're everywhere. Kings of Vapor stock them. I think Noble Vape stock them as well, and a few others. But I highly recommend Kings of Vapor. It's Kings with a Z of Vape, and Kings of Vapor, and they're fantastic, guys. They're awesome. I really haven't got a bad word to say about them. They've just delivered my Snowwolf and the coils for this, coming at like 85 quid, guys, for a Snowwolf and 10 coils. What can I say? Do you know what I mean? It's just fantastic. £75, £75.99 for a Snowwolf delivered. It's just phenomenal. I nearly bought my Snowwolf when it first come out, and I think I was going to pay 150 quid for it. 2 months down the line from when I was going to get it, I got it for like half that off Kings of Vapor. But yeah, I had issues getting the coils. Real nightmare finding the coils for this. But the Atlantis the Atlantis V2 coils fit straight in this. Literally, out the packet, screwing at this. I've also just been sent a Cumulus coil, which actually, other than the markings on the coil, looks identical, even down to the knurling on the top of the coil. Whereas the V2s have got a threaded top, this doesn't. This has actually got a rubber grommet that sits in the chimney, so the coils push into that as opposed to screw into that, so it's a push fit. So the seal is fantastic. The flavour of this tank is seconded only to a dripper. Now, I've got the Troll and the Twisted Messes. They're both clones, but they're both awesome. They really are. I'll have a review of the Twisted Messes coming up, actually, and the Troll. But the flavour of this is on par. No, that's a lie. Very nearly on par to my Troll. It's pucker, guys. I mean, I've pretty much retired my Subtank Plus. I loved my Subtank Plus. Couldn't fault that, other than issues with the coils leaking, which I've got a solution for, which I'll eventually want to do the review for that. But other than that, I couldn't fault it. I got this. I don't think I've put that on once since I got this a couple of months ago. Yeah. I paid a little bit over the odds for this. You can pick this up now. Kings of Vapor have got this for 19 quid delivered. I picked this up on eBay when it very first came out as the Freemax Starre, and I paid 30 quid for it. But I got it with a free mech. It came with a free telescopic mech tube, very similar to the K100, a little bit different. And I did the first mech. I thought for 30 quid, it came with a spare coil, came with a spare glass, and a free mech. So I couldn't really say no to that. It's awesome. I believe, I can't remember the guy's name, unfortunately, guys. Oh, hang on. Let me have a look. Just got the other phone in front of us. Ha 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 ha. Talk amongst yourselves. Put some music on or something. If you want, I'll do for you. I don't know. It came from wicked. $29.99 I paid for it, and it came from, who was the seller? Who's the seller? Basha Sounds, BASHASOUNDS. Basha Sounds, 100% positive feedback. Arrived in 2 days, and like I say, come with a free mech for 30 quid. Couldn't really say no to that, do you know what I mean? I could have found it cheaper elsewhere, but free mech. And it's a good little mech. I can't knock it. Good little mech. But yeah, Basha Sounds that's from. But like I say, Kings of Vapor have got it cheaper. But other than that, I don't really know what else to say about these guys. They have just released a Pro version. There is now a Starre Tank Pro, which has top fill and a bigger airflow, bigger base airflow. Now, I do find the airflow on the V2 coils is slightly better. However, I also find V2 coils, I end up drinking half the juice I put in the tank because they spit like crazy. Don't like them. Going to give their nickel coils a try though, because that's another thing. This will take the Atlantis V2 nickel coils, so you've got a temperature control tank, which has got to be worth a shot. When my charger eventually arrives for my snowball, well, my batteries arrived today. I've got my Purple E-Fest, got 4 of these, fantastic. Still not looking to get my charger until the 12th of August. It's a bit of a bitch, but shit happens. But as soon as that arrives, I can get that going. I'm going to get some of the V2 coils. I'll have a review of that Cumulus coil for this as well. Let you know what they're like. I think they're about the same price, so about 10 or 5. I'm presuming they're going to be pretty much the same. But then again, excuse me. And again, I thought that with the Atlantis coils. So we shall see. But yeah, guys, that's about all I can say about this. It's a really awesome, fantastic little tank, and as yet I've not had anything that beats it in regards to cloud production. None. I tried out a lot of tanks. I spent a lot of time at my local vape shop, and I use pretty much everything they have when it comes in. I'll try, because the guy that runs it has got a huge vape collection. When new stuff comes in, he takes one for himself regardless. And I've vaped on a lot of tanks, and this is just spot on. Fantastic. Yeah, it's hoofs, absolutely hoofs. And this is only the 0.5. 0.25 chucks even more, and the 0.25 runs really well at 50 watt. So if you are using something like this E-Leaf 50, runs a charm on that. I'll have a review coming up for this as well. In the video the other day, I said about it overestimating the ohms and chucking out more voltage. I'm hoping to speak to somebody I know who might be able to actually test that, and we're going to put a 510 adapter into it, rig it up to a multimeter and see what it's saying. And yeah, that's a possibility. Don't know for definite. But yeah, guys, that's about all I've got for you this evening. Yeah, I think that's it. You've seen my batteries. That's a review of the Starre. Get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. It's fucking awesome. It chucks clouds like there's no tomorrow. I've got nothing but good things to say about it, other than those threads. Bit of a nightmare, but hopefully they've been fixed on the Pro. Don't know, but we shall see. Yeah, guys, that's about it. So keep your feet on the ground, your head in the clouds, and don't let the bastards grind you down.